Pelicans beat the Devin Booker-less Suns 118-103 last night to even the series 2 games apiece. Brandon Ingram scored a game-high 30 points. Meanwhile, Chris Paul only had 4 points for Phoenix, 0 in the fourth quarter. Shannon, it's getting good now. Who do you think wins this series?
Skip, I know the series is tied 2-2 and they're going back to Phoenix, but I like the Pelicans. I love the way they're playing, and they don't have anybody that can do anything with CJ and B.I. And B.I. is growing. Skip, as impressive as Jason Tatum has been, B.I. is right there with him. 3 straight 30-point ball games. And Skip, the problem that the Suns are having, outside of Chris Paul, nobody else can get their shot now that Booker's out. Skip, it's like a child. You know, the mother and the father, they'll feed the baby, and eventually they get tired, they hand the spoon to the baby, and the baby has to feed himself. Well, if Chris Paul doesn't set the table, ain't nobody eating. Mikal Bridges can't go get his own shot. Jay Crowder can't go get his own shot. They have to be fed by Chris Paul. So
right now, he needs to feed himself.
But Skip, remember I told you as I got older, I can have those games. The big play Shea back in the mid-'90s could go 100, 180, 100.
I got it.
Shea, when he went back to Denver, could give you 100, and then 4 or 5 games later, I could give you another one. I couldn't roll him out there. If you think about it, Skip, first game, 18-19 in the fourth quarter. Second game, Third game, 18-19 in the fourth quarter.
19.
Fourth game, You see what's happening?
Yeah, but was a...
Exactly. Skip, it's hard. They're asking him to do a lot because guess what Willie Green has decided to do? We're going to pick him up 94 feet. Herb Jones, you got him, you up first. Alvarado come in there, and he's a light-skinned Pat Bell. He's hounding him all over. He's standing in the corner where he don't see me. And then he take off, and he just hounded him. He got a 8-second violation on him. He stole the ball from him.
Think about what you're saying. A second-round pick, a rookie, and an undrafted rookie are hounding Chris Paul into a 0-point fourth quarter.
Yes.
And what do you have for the whole game? Nothing, right?
Yeah, 4 points.
4 points. Way to go. Those two.
Minus 14.
Really?
Skip, they're going to need more out of Mikal Bridges. Mikal, bro, you've been running for Defensive Player of the Year. You got to stop somebody. Jay Crowder, you was known as a defensive guy. You got to stop somebody.
Yep.
And Valanciunas, look, Skip, Valanciunas is, the thing is, he's always been a solid player.
Yeah.
But the way that people look at it, if you're not Joel Embiid or if you're not Jokic, you're a bum. He's never been a bum. You go back and look at it when he was in Toronto. You look at it when he was in Memphis.
There forever, for like 5 years.
Skip, he's a solid player.
Yep.
And now that he got guys around him, like B.I. and CJ,
yep.
Second, they kill him on the glass, Skip. And that was Willie Green said, our advantage is on the glass. Skip, they have 32 more offensive rebounds in the series. They're rebounding them by 12 a game, averaging 18-second chance points per game. So they're like, you know what? Hey, don't turn it over. Just throw it up on the glass. One of our guys going to get it and put it back in.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton has really impressed me offensively, but when it comes to rebounding and stopping, nope and nope.
Skip, he ain't got no bricks in his pocket.
Yep,
Valanciunas is a grown man.
Plus, he doesn't play with any rage or intensity or tenacity.
No.
I just don't see it.
I mean, Skip, if you look at it, they're getting great production from their centers because JaVale McGee gave him 14, Ayton gave him 23. That's 37. And when you combine the rebounds, so they're getting great production. But the B.I., because B.I. can go get his own shot, C.J. McCollum can go get his own shot, and Valanciunas is going to grab it off the rim if they do miss.
Yep.
The Suns are in trouble without Devin Booker. They know it. This young team is hungry. Like I said, Skip, and I told you when I looked at him and I saw them coming back against, the Clippers, and I watched them what they did to the Suns. I was like, I don't feel that bad now. How they coming back on the Lakers? I don't feel bad at all. This team is for real. Willie Green got this team playing good basketball. Suns, you are in trouble.
It sounds like Shannon Sharpe once again let his heart run away with his head, because now you're rooting for the Pels because it makes your Lakers look a little better.
No, Skip, but I realize you're not going to lose your best player and win a whole bunch of games in the playoffs. It's not, Skip, I understand they had to play in, had to play 2 games. But Skip, they for real now. This is a young team and they hungry. You know you can't let a team get confidence. What happened to your Cowboys? They messed around and got confidence.
How did the Cowboys get in this discussion?
Because a young team that gains confidence, what do? They go win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying this team.
My team went 6-5 in the last 11 games.
No. That was the old team.
I guess we should have drafted Herb Jones and Alvarado, right?
Well, you got to play some. You got to get your coach, though. You say you dropped the mic.
Hey, I've told you, this is the next great head coach in this league, is Willie Green.
Yes.
And he's showing you night after night. Okay, it is now my turn. As you know all too well, I picked Memphis to win the West.
Yeah.
I am seriously doubting my pick right now, but I'm going to hang in with it. So I desperately need the Pelicans to knock off the Suns without Devin Booker, just to get them out of my way, clear the decks where I got a shot. But there's that team up north of here, up about
in the Bay.
Yeah, about an hour's flight north of here, and it's coming. You know, it's coming.
Yeah.
And I can't, they lost last night at Denver, but they're coming.
Yes.
And they're starting to look scarily like Golden State,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got that. But the point is, I'm rooting for the Pelicans. And I got to tell you, what night was it? Friday night was game 3.
Yes.
Man, they disappointed me because they were not ready for prime time. That was the game where you come out and say, boom, we got this.
Right.
You are done because we're about to win back-to-back home games, and we are going to go back to Phoenix up 3-1, and you are going to be cooked by the sun out in the Valley of the Sun, right? The Suns are about to set. And what happened? CP3 shocked me again. He went Clippers on Pels.
Yep.
And he scores 19 points in the fourth quarter. That's impossible. He's 6 feet tall.
Right.
And he looks a little heavy. Not that he's overweight. He's always been stout. He's a pit bull, right?
Yes.
But it looks like he can't really get up, you know? Like, how does he get that shot off on people? But he creates space with his physique. You know, he can bump you off him.
Right.
And all he needs is just a little couple
separate,
inches, and all of a sudden he gets up and he gets it off quickly, and he just rips those 15-foot jump shots.
Right.
And I said, Pelicans, you got to be better. You got to be readier. You got to come out from jump and just jump all over them, and they did not. And they lost handily game 3. I was highly impressed. You're like over the moon off last night, but unfortunately, it's only 2-2.
Right.
And unfortunately, they're going back to Phoenix. And unfortunately, it's now best 2 out of 3, with 2 of the last 3 in the Valley of the Sun. In CP3's new house. His first house was New Orleans. And I think he's highly comfortable playing in New Orleans, as we saw on Friday night. So, Shannon, I'm sorry, I do not like New Orleans' chances. I just don't. You had your opening, but you had to win 2 games at home, and they won 1. And they were highly impressive. And I give you, everything you just told me was dead on right, but unfortunately, it only made it 2-2.
Right.
And unfortunately, Chris Paul seems pretty healthy to me, and I don't know when Book's going to be back, but it'll probably be sooner than later because that's been his history with hamstrings. He'll show up, I don't know, maybe for game 5 or maybe game 6. I don't know.
The thing is, I would assume the earliest he would show up would be game 7. That's if everything.
Who knows? But I'm going to remind you what happened in the finals last year. They went up 2-0, and I told you sitting in this chair the next morning that what I heard from insiders with Phoenix was that they were devastated even after they went up 2-0 because Book late in that game did it again. Right. It pulled or it strained or whatever it does.
Okay.
And here we went, and he sucked it up and tried to play, but shell of self, right? He wasn't Devin Booker that they needed. And what did they do? They wound up losing 4 straight games. Right. So I don't doubt that he'll try to play one of the next couple of games. That's just me. How effective he'll be, I don't know. But to all your points from last night, I'm going to start with Valanciunas because he was, to me, in the end, the story of the night because he goes 26 and 15.
Yes.
He just dominates them.
Yes.
He dominated 8 and 8 and scored on him some. But
it's the rebounding skill.
It's the rebounding. And who made the shot of the night? Who shot the dagger? It was actually with about 7 minutes left. But Valanciunas, remember this one? Yeah, can we see this one? This is Valanciunas. And they dared him, and he's like, okay, you dare me? Boom. That just brought, look at the house. It just brought the house down. And that was the turning point. That put them up 9, and it went crazy. And pretty soon it's 18.
Yes.
Right?
He's more than capable of not Skip. Now, he doesn't fall in love with it. A lot of big guys can shoot threes they fall in love with. We're going to talk about a guy that's falling in love with the three-point shot, Karl Anthony Towns. But, Skip, the problem is that B.I. B.I. looks like Kevin Durant that we expected to see. That's what Brandon Ingram is looking like.
Well, he's just in attack mode.
He dunking on in that mid-range. Skip, he get to that baseline, kiss the baby. Kiss the baby on that one, say, just go on, just, hey, Coach, what you want me to do? You see that man elevating, like I'm elevating, he elevating a little bit higher, and hey.
He wasn't that efficient shooting the ball last night. He was 11 of 23 and 1 of 5 from 3. But still, the impact of it on the home crowd was just explosive.
He missed a few shots late, Skip, because like that third, like the second, third, the whole third quarter, the beginning of the fourth, Skip, he had it going.
Okay. Now I'm back to a Chris Paul, CP3.
Yeah.
Star also of many State Farm ads, beloved figure, head of the Players Association for many years, probably as respected a player as there is in this league. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's always had one screw loose in highly competitive games. He can lose it the way you can't believe anybody of his stature would lose it, where he goes Psycho Chris. I always talk about Psycho Tom, but Psycho Tom's a good thing. Psycho Chris is not a good thing.
Right.
Because he will cheap shot you. You remember going all the way back to Wake Forest in the ACC tournament.
Low blow.
It's just a low blow. And he's been guilty
He got a couple of them in the NBA.
He's got a couple in the NBA, and he took one at Mark Gasol one time in a closeout game that was over. And they got under his skin last night. And if we could see the sequence that started with Alvarado was just hounding him, and then there's the pick. Look how hard he hit Alvarado. He just rocked him, and he got away with it because the foul was called on Alvarado. And then here comes. This is a flagrant 2 to me because he just willfully just goes up and just hammers him in the face.
Yes.
And you just can't do